Ladies, gentlemen, thems and zems alike, I am Dell, back with another episode of Cardboard Therapy, the show where I open magic packs and other TCGs and stuff, cure my depression. Still here, still kicking, still very excited. I'm still recording all these, almost at the same time. The release spread out a little bit. I want to spread them out better, but I'm probably going to have them all come out within a week. But we got, as the title probably already spoiled, I got Commander Deck, the Commander Deck. I was worried, I'm like the Fallout one, where I'm like, I'm going to have to buy all of them. It's going to be expensive, but there's one. It's 5-color. Not a huge fan of 5-color decks, but we're going to see how this deck looks. And this might end up being one I soup up. But you want to keep forever. Oh, I like that. When you pull the tab off, it says, "Oh, I'm knocking turtles over." It says, "Press start." It's a video game. I haven't seen... I've avoided most spoilers, I should say. So, I am aware that there's modal commanders, I guess we can call them. A lot of stuff here. Ooh, we got my favorite. It's the anti-theft card. I'm going to keep that over here. That's funny. Box will go in recycling. Yeet. We got a little insert. Oh, I like the little... I threw the box across here, so I can't look at it now. I didn't notice. Was the... Oh, see, this is what I was looking at in the other box that we were looking at. Keeping that little poster. Just one turtle. It just says Leonardo. They're randomly seeded insert books that are... I'm not buying more. The box has little pixelated mana symbols too. I like that. Little characters, symbols, and then Master Splitter's hiding on the one tab. That's a nice little touch. I don't remember if the box had the pixelated mana symbols or not, but I threw it across the room, so I'm not going over to get it. Aw. Wait. A little thing has Master Splinter. It's got the turtle stuff. Got some punch out, +1/+1 counters that I'm going to grab before I throw the cardboard away. It doesn't come with a sample pack anymore. Did Fallout? I don't think Fallout did either, huh? It's part of the fun of getting. They get a couple extra fancy cards. Can Wizards, understand? We're all, not all of us, but most of us are broke. Those little extra things don't cost them that much to include and could really just, extend the brand a little bit. I don't know. I like free stuff. I'm spending enough on this shit. I kind of want more for my buck. And those little packs in the... I'm trying to figure out... Where's the deck? I'm trying to figure out how to open it. Those little packs are neat. I think Doctor Who had them. Did Fallout have them? I'm trying to remember now. I don't think Fallout had them. Maybe I complained about that in Fallout as well. This is the first set without buy-a-box promos as well, which is also upsetting. You guys are just peeling more and more stuff back. You're going to keep the sharks, but you're not going to keep everybody else. And you have to remember that it's the everybody else that makes you more money than the sharks in the long run. Because the everybody else is what's buying the resale and stuff after the sharks. You know what I'm saying? Or the whales. Is that the right term? I don't know. Because there's going to be a point where this game is going to end up freaking collapsing. And what are you left with? Cube and Commanders can be it. So we got Leonardo, the Balance. 3 and a white. Now, okay, this is where I was going with the partner character select. I was aware of that. When the token you control enters, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Do so only once per turn. That's a safe bet on the last part. That's one of those ones where yeah, I could see that. Put that once per turn because that can get nasty. And for Wooburg, creature control, gain menace, trample, lifelink until end of turn. Those are good. We got Donatello, the Brains. If one or more tokens be created under control, those tokens plus some mutagen are created instead. That's pretty cool. Splinter, the Mentor. Menace, Splinter, or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen. There's a deck I kind of want to put him in, but I don't want to take him out of here. Raphael of the Muscle. Double all damage that creatures you control with counters on him would deal. When he enters, create a mutagen. Michelangelo of the Heart. Breakdancing with some pizza. I feel like those pizzas are going to fly across the room and be wasted. Raid, parentheses, the fridge. Beginning of your second main phase. If you attack this turn, put a counter on target creature and create a food. And here's in a half shell. So like you can mix and match those ones, and then there's just one turtle card. 5/5 or 5 mana Wooburg. Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Haste. One more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control. Deal combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 count on each of those creatures and draw a card. No teenage? I guess teenager isn't a card type. That's pretty cool, though. Ooh, I think we pull these in the pack, so this is a pretty good card. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard. They're put there from the battlefield this turn. Return to the battlefield. I think we've seen this already. This is another one. I love Squad as a mechanic, but they always make it a little too out of reach for mana, especially in white. White doesn't have too much mana ramp, but I could see this going into a deck because this seems like a fun card. April O'Neil, live on the scene. Looks like she's sliding like the guardrail between two monorails. Not monorails, escalators. When a mutant, ninja, and or turtle you control enters, investigate. Well, she's got a partner too. She being in the main game. Baxter, Fly in the Ointment. Oh yeah, we've seen this. I don't like that reference. It's just ugh. But enters or attacks each creature with a counter on it, gains flying until the turn. You draw a card, put a +1/+1 out on them. Here comes a new hero. Target player draws X cards, creates a token's copy of the one creature with mana value X or less. That's a good 2-for-1. I like that. Irma. Oh, that's the... I think I was talking about that before. The one girl who keeps getting turned into shit. Beginning coming in your turn, Irma becomes a copy of one other target. Okay, so it kind of plays into that. She gets morphed a lot. She's like in the newer show. But every time I hear Irma, I think it's the girl that's also in the news channel team. You know, there with the little one with the glasses. I think in that cartoon too, I think she got morphed in this shit. Krang the All-Powerful. Player drawing a card causes a triggered ability. If a permanent you control a trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. When player draws a second card, each turn put a counter on it. Got Post Malone again. Ooh, a different one. Flying, Evolve. When a creature you control with a counter on it deals combination, player draw a card. Ooh, Bebop. Skull and Crossbones. Partner with Rocksteady, Mutant Marauder. Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of counters on Bebop. If you do, lose X life. I was kind of hoping the next one would be Rocksteady, but I'm sure he's in here. Dimension X Pizzasaur. Oh, it's sad it's not a dinosaur. Creature enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters target creature. When you do, destroy up to 1 target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters among permanents you control. It is a food, though, so it's got the food ability. Foot Chopper. We've seen that one. Still pretty neat. Oh, Game Over. Costs 2 less. Cast if player's life total is less than or equal to half their starting life total. For 1 and 2 black, destroy all creatures. That's pretty good. I like that. Rat King Pale Piper. Whenever Rat King or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a 1/1 black rat creature token. Sacrifice token, draw a card. Shredder. Shadowmaster. When he attacks a player, for each opponent, create a token that's a copy of Shredder tapped and attacking that player because it isn't legendary. Sacrifice those tokens at the end of combat. When Shredder deals combat damage to a player, the player loses half their life rounded up. Okay. Myriad, but I guess Myriad is until end of turn. So I guess they made it a way where... Just weird wording. I'm trying to figure out the logic in that. And sacrificing gets around indestructibility, so... Swift Demise. Just 1 damage to target creature, then destroy each creature you control that was dealt damage this turn. Okay. Casey Jones, Back Alley Brute. Got Menace. Attacks, put a +1/+1 on target attacking creature. When you put 1 or more on a creature control, he deals that much damage to target opponent. This is one of the ones I've seen spoiled where as soon as I saw it, I knew it was referencing, and it's just makes me mad but happy. The creature enters till in a turn. When another creature dies, this creature deals 1 damage to each non-wall creature. You can tap it to ping something. It does have haste, but for 2 and 2 red, it seems like a little much to get there. But there's enough decks that I see would run this, like little ping typal, ping themed. Fast forward. Costs 1 less to cast for each opponent you attack this turn, and go to all creatures your opponent's control. That also seems pretty good. I like that. Shell Shock. For X and red, each opponent choose up to 1 target creature player controls, deals X damage to each of those creatures. You create a mutagen token for each creature dealt damage this way. Okay. That seems pretty good. A special move. April just smashing a robot with her damn hands, huh? For 2 and a red, choose 2. Choose 2. You got Jump Kick, destroy target artifact. Dash Attack, put 2 counters on target attacking or blocking creature control. And Foot Toss, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target, then sacrifice it. Oh yeah, we've seen this. Tempestra, Dame of Games. This seems like a really good card. I got a really cool foil of it too. Sacrifice an artifact, create a token as a copy of another target creature you control. So it isn't legendary, gains haste, and sacrifice it in the next end step. Toka and Razor, unsupervised. I believe we've seen this one. I think we had the alternate art for this as well. When another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a counter on it, create a treasure token. Only triggers once per turn. High Score. Yeah, we've seen this. This is a good one too. This is one of those ones where I'm like, this is going to see a lot of play. Put a counter, you may put that many +1, and then you draw a card at the end of the turn if you have the greatest power. That seems pretty good. There she is. Leatherhead Iron Gator. I don't think we've seen this version yet. Trample Haste. When attacks, put 2 counters on each creature control. Yikes. That seems pretty good. Level up. Some sick art. Enchant creatures are enters. Put a counter on each enchanted creature. I'm sorry. Onto the enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, double the number of counters on it. If it has power 10 or greater, draw a card. Yep. That's going to Skullbriar. Ninja Pizza. I don't think we've seen this yet. This looks familiar. Maybe I have seen a spoiler for this one. Food you control, tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana. So it turns it into treasures. At the beginning of your second main phase, create a food. So if I had a Cabbage Man, this would probably go in it. Oh, there's Rocksteady. Mutant Marauder. This actually looks like a fancy painting you see in like an old mansion. People were all made out of, you know, instead of humans, we're all rhinos. Like an ancient rhino pirate painting. Partner with Bebop. Trample. One other non-token creature you control enters. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. I'm going to get Bebop. We'll look at it again. So yeah, I guess he was on a pirate ship. And Skull and Crossbones. My brain's tired. But, so, he gets to draw cards for counters, and he can put counters and stuff. That seems like a pretty good duo. And Golgari, so maybe that would be a deck I would think about making at some point. I do want to make the black-green version of them into a deck, but we'll see. Super Combo. 1 green has Replicate for 2. Third creature control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. That seems like it'd be pretty good in Wolverine. We got Double Jump and Flying Kick. Put a flying counter target creature you control until end of turn has base power 5/5. And then Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power target creature opponent controls. I like the little side cards like that. Those always make me laugh. I don't play enough of them, but, you know. Arcade Cabinet. When this counter effect enters, put a counter on each of the 4 target creatures, and you can sacrifice a token, double the number of counters. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Big Mother Mouser. This creature enters with 2 counters. When it attacks, double the number of counters on it. When this creature dies, create a number of 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature tokens. That's where the robots come from. I think we've seen one other thing make robots. Just trying to figure out what makes bugs. Coin of Mastery. Each creature controls enters with an additional counter on it for each mana from an artifact source spent to cast it. And then you can tap it to make a treasure. That's a couple. This is probably going to go in a couple of my decks. Token generation, and then also the mana. Exploding Barrel. Excuse me. It's early. I'm recording this right after I got up. So I'm excited. Ran out of time and energy yesterday, but I'm recording it today. 3 mana artifact. Add mana any color. Put a pressure counter on this artifact. Sacrifice artifact deals 20 damage to a creature. Costs 1 less for each pressure counter. Okay. That seems pretty good. Mole Module. Artifact 6/6. Artifact for 5. It's got Menace. Vehicle does combat damage to a player. Mill 4 cards. And you put a permanent card from among them on the battlefield. Ooh. Okay. Roadkill Rodney. I remember this from the video games more than anything. Squad. I love Squad. Death Touch. This creature deals damage to combat damage to a player. Create a mutagen. Big Apple. 3 a.m. This land enters tapped. As enters, choose a color. Tap it for add 1 mana in that chosen color. And create a black rat creature token for each opponent you have for 5 mana. Okay. Hidden Hideout. Enters tapped. Tap for any color in your commander's identity. Target creature control with a counter on it gains lifelink till end of turn. Together Forever. That's cute art. When this enters, support 2. And choose target creature with a counter on it. Creature dies to return to his owner's hand. That's pretty good. Vanquish the Horde. There's a Kitsune guy. Destroy all creatures. Costs 1 last. Oh, because we got a new. Is this new? I know I'm thinking of Blasphemous Act, but like, has this been a card before? It sounds familiar. Wave goodbye. Return each creature without a +++ counter to its owner's hand. Ew. I thought that was Urza for a second. Speaking of Blasphemous Act, there it is. That's pretty cool art. Biogenic Ooze. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. Is that when they burn April's apartment? This creature enters, create a 2/2 green ooze creature token. Be your instead put a counter on each ooze. That's pretty cool. Slash Clone. Steel Bane Hydra. Okay, that's pretty sick. That's a pretty sick reprint. Heralds of the Shredder. Oh, Vigor. Okay. Nice Vigor reprint. Voracious Hydra. Oh, we've seen this in a pack. Assassin's Trophy. Oh, makes me a little sad. Humongous Fungus. We've seen this in a pack. That's pretty sick. Chromatic Lantern. Alright. This makes me happy. That's probably the coolest thing to come out of the third movie besides the Turtles and Samurai armor. But that's pretty cool. I like a good reference like that. Cinderglade. City of Brass. Alright. That's fun. Dragon Skull Summit. I believe we've seen that. Exotic Orchard. I think we saw that. Fable Passage. I want to buy a couple of these. I like that art. I like Fable Passage. Grand Coliseum. That's a fun reprint. Hinterland Harbor. Rain Slicked Copse. before I thought it said corpse. Rootbound Crag. Smoldering Marsh. Sodden Verdure. Some of these things sound new. I don't remember. Spire Garden, I remember. Sunken Hollow. That's pretty fun. Undergrowth Stadium. Vernal Fen. We got Lita. Threw me off. Had a word in the lands and still a few more cards in there. Little Orphan Amphibian. Turtles aren't amphibians, but they do reference it a lot. Mona Lisa, Science Geek. Who are you? I don't remember. Oh no, Mona Lisa's from the show, isn't it? Or my Venus de Milo. I always get them mixed up. I am aware of Mona Lisa, just not in that context. Lessons for Life. Again, they're playing Magic. That makes me happy. Do we have pizza? Are all the pizzas in this deck? We got Everything Pizza, Escape Tunnel, Turtle Lair, Marauding Mutagen we've seen. We got a really cool print of Cultivate, Harmonize, Arcane Signet. That makes me smile. I remember that from the show. Soul Ring we've seen, Ash Barrens, Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, Path of Ancestry, the Thriving cards that I'm just tired of seeing more than anything. Vibrant Cityscape, that makes me happy. Oh, it's kind of open for full art basics, but these are kind of cool. These will end up in decks. And then tokens. We've got Food Ninja, Food Rat, little Ninja Rat, Clue, Rat, Clue. There's the Ooze we've seen before. Treasure, that was Spaghetti. Robot. Oh, I love these copy. Ninja, Mutagen Robot, Mutagen Copy. That's a fun little deck. I kind of said there's not more of the pizza cards in there. I think I talked about before how I wanted to make a pizza deck. There's enough pizzas in this set that, like, I don't know. At least one of every color in this 5-color one. That makes me want to build a deck just around that. You know what I mean? Am I going to play it that often? I don't know. But then it'll make me want to buy that one pizza card from the one set. Oh, okay. When you fold it up, Splinter kind of peeks out. Didn't quite line it up too great, but I like that. So that might be a deck I keep. There's a lot of cards in the set that aren't in the deck, like the pizza cards I was just saying. Or I'm not sure if it'll be a pizza deck and turtle deck, or I'll have two different ones. We'll see how that lines up in the future. I am going to be opening more stuff. I'll be buying a lot more stuff. This is one of those sets that's really, really scratching that part of my brain that makes me happy. The little pleasure, serotonin, chemicals oozing through my slimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm very tired. It's been a long week, IRL, and this set's coming out at a really good time for me to need it more than anything. And then also, just I don't have the energy. I'm an old man, but there's more content on its way. I apologize for how much more content is going to be here. I thought this would be a longer video, but I think just going through the cards, looking at them, we'll get the idea. But I will have a deck tech whenever I do get around to finishing the deck to talk about the actual deck itself when I do make it. But that's just a real quick one. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, love you.